Gurge. In this video we're going to assemble a MIDI pedal for use with Loopy Pro. Now this pedal is going to be dedicated for Loopy Pro. I'm not going to use it for anything else. I had initially kind of come up with a design that was a little bit more complex than what we're going to build, and I just came to the realization that I didn't need to add any complexity to my Loopy Pro music rig, if you will. I got enough to think about with Loopy Pro and keeping the music going. I just need a very basic MIDI pedal. I had this 12 button monstrosity planned initially, and then I kind of whittled it down to 8 buttons, and then I was going to put a screen and have banks and go up and down. And then I thought, you know what, 8 buttons should be plenty. Let's take a look at the parts that I've assembled for that. So I bought an enclosure. This is, I think, about 7.5 inches by 4.5 inches, something like that. This is what I'm going to use for the pedal. I'm going to put 8 buttons across the top. Actually, this is the bottom, across the top of it. I'll probably paint this thing. I think a black pedal would look good. So I picked this up on Amazon. I've got some feet for the bottom of it, and I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi Pico for the brains of this, and that code for it is just ridiculously simple using the control surface library. I'll show you the code. I'll give you the code for it. So I'm just going to demo it because I've actually bought 2 Raspberry Pi Picos, and I put one on the breadboard to experiment with. Bought a mini USB to, I think it's USB-A, which is what your pedals usually are, so that's going to come out the back of this and go into the USB hub, ultimately to be controlled by Loopy Pro. Oh yeah, by the way, I also picked up a nice 5 spools or 6 spools of wire, color-coded, 22 gauge. I'll put a link to all this stuff in the description. If you're interested in creating one of these, you can pick that stuff up. Yeah, I think if I get these kind of close to the edge, like so, and of course I'm going to measure this. I'm not just going to eyeball it, but let's see here. I think that'll work. Bottom, I'm going to have to, or on the side, sorry, I'm going to have to drill a hole for this, and I'm going to go with a round hole for this. And I think what I'll do is just trace this out and then do it on paper. I like having the wider spacing. I don't think it's going to be such a factor going over the top of one. I certainly have to do that on my guitar pedal board where I got stuff scrunched in there. Alright, let's go with this. Let's cut this out on the box. That's where we're going to drill. We'll mark that, and that's where we're going to drill the holes. Okay. See how we did? It'll work. That'll work. I'm not crazy about the one on the side. Let's see how that's going to go. I don't know that we've got a large enough hole there. I kind of missed my mark on that. I mean, I think it'll still work fine. Probably going to have to like square that out with a file. These put in there now. I'm not really sure how high up I want the barrel to be. I guess the higher the better. I'm not really sure. Let's see. That looks a little crazy. Maybe I could put the ones up in the back. This would be the back. Put these up higher. The ones in the front lower. I like that. I like that plan. Okay, so that's what we're looking at on the inside. Again, I've got the rear higher in these, so I need to address this situation here. So that has to go into here somehow. So that hole needs to be bigger. Probably should have done that before I put all the switches in, but not that big a deal. Alright, so we're back. I made the hole for the USB connection. It did not come out great, but it is definitely usable. Found some screws that fit. Had to use some washers here. I actually have a pretty wide hole there. That did not go so well either, but I can insert the USB, remove it, connection solid, it's on there. I did hook up the board just to see how that's going to go, and I know I need to somehow isolate the board from the metal chassis. I found this cardboard box, which is what I'm probably going to use. I know it's not optimal, but it is what it is, and I think after I get everything soldered together, I'll just like cut a hole in this, route the wires out, and then close the box up, and that'll be that. And it'll be on camera, maybe speed it up a little bit. That should be pretty straightforward. Just I'm going to do one ground and have that go all the way around, and then do each individual switch to a different pin here, and this is going to be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, so 20 through 27, 8 switches, And yeah, I think it's going to work out great. I'm pretty psyched actually to get this done and plug it in and see how it goes. So I'm not going to talk. I'll just wire this up. All right, so I got the grounds wired up. Grounds going to the ground pin here. So when you see this again, it should be fully wired, and I'm going to bring up the code and flash it and hook it up, try it out. Alright, so I got everything wired up. I haven't tested it yet. Everybody is connected, and by everybody I mean every switch. I have to somehow isolate this. I think I'm going to use this box and just like cut room for the wires. It's going to look a little cheesy, but it's going to be in here, so you're not going to see it. I'm going to test it first, so I'm going to have to modify my code to include all the switches. I started at pin 0, GP 0, 1, skip over the ground, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there was another ground in there somewhere I skipped over. Anyway, the pins match the switches. I did number the switches with silver Sharpie. So when this is turned over, I'm going to map this to CC 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Alright, so I've added the code for all the buttons. I've got button 0 through 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so on and so forth. We are sending out 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Let's go ahead and compile it and send it over to the pedal. Okay. Let's go ahead and check Pocket MIDI. Alright, so this should be sending out 20, and it is. So 14 is hexadecimal. Hexadecimal 14 is base 10, 20. So the next one's going to be 15, 16, that was weird. We have 16, 17, one after the other. That's not right. 15, 15, 15, 16, 17. That's weird. 17, 16. I wonder if there's a straight wire across there. That could be a thing. 18, 19, 1A, and 1B. So perfect. 27, 26, 27. Excellent. I'm worried about this though. I'm getting 16 and a 17 on both of these. So I think there's a cross wire there. Let me check that. Let's power that down. Get out the magnifying glasses. Let's see what's going on. So that was these two, which is going to be 2 and 3. And they have a straight wire there. All right, let's try this again. Clear this. So this is the one that was giving us a problem. 16 now is just 16, 17 is 17. So I think it was those wires. 15, 14, 18, 19, 1A. Perfect. 1B. Okay. We got us a MIDI controller. Let's box this up. Unplug here. Let's box this up and try it with Loopy Pro. Hey, so welcome back. I got the pedal plugged in. It is working great. I'm psyched. There's something about when you make your own like widget, whatever it may be, and it works. It's a good feeling. So I'm really psyched about that. I modified my template a little bit. I don't know if you guys remember from the last time, but I moved the guitar over to the left side, bass still in the middle, drums are on the right. That's pretty much it. But I wanted to do that so that on my pedal, I'm doing the guitar record button on the bottom left. Next one over is the bass record button. The next one over is the drum. So it just made sense to kind of put it that way. And plus, I'm kind of guitar centric anyway. So yeah, let's try this thing out, man. Let's give it a shot. So far, so good. Still using my keyboard for stuff. I'm only actually using, I think I got 4 of those mapped right now. Cool, seems to be working. So yeah, I'm pretty much set on those first 3 presets on our uses of the pedal board. I've got the 4th one actually mapped to switch my guitar tones between like the clean tone and that gritty EJ style. Literally, that's what the preset's called in Tonex. That's why I call it that. It's not really EJ style, but I guess if you, you know, if you close your eyes and imagine real hard. It might be EJ style, sort of, a little bit. Anyway, I'm psyched. I built that pedal. I'm going to make use of it. I'm going to continue to work on my template here, and it's been a lot of fun. I think I have all the pieces in place to actually start putting some songs together and getting a little more intentional about getting a song list. So anyway, thanks for coming along on the journey with me with the pedal, and you know, we'll continue along with learning stuff as I learn stuff on Loopy Pro, and I'm learning some stuff about the apps or the AU-V3 apps I'm using, particularly Digisticks, which I like a lot, and starting to get into Koala a bit, which is freaking awesome, man. I mean, these apps they're incredible. Like, I can't believe this stuff existed and I didn't know about it. It happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like the video if I didn't ask that hours ago, and subscribe to The Gurge. More Loopy Pro stuff coming up.